And get, honey, your day, your life is going to get better once your perception is better. Let's say it again because we shall win. Okay. Your day, your life is going to get better once your perception gets better. So I was in the bathroom not too long ago. I went in there to empty out some tea. And one of the things that came to my mind, it was a download for me to come live, for me to do a live video. Okay. And at first I was like, what? What's the topic? Okay. What is the topic today? Universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I said, you know what? While I'm on here, I could write, hey, NWPC, baby, PC, ask your questions, honey. Feel free. Ask away. Okay. Now, you guys know I write a gratitude journal. I write a gratitude journal each and every morning. Okay. If I don't get to it in the morning, I make sure I write my gratitude at night. All right. So, and I also write my goals. I keep telling you guys, how are you going to hit a target that you can't see? Right? How is your life going? How would your life get better if you don't have a target to hit? Right. Some people say, I just want my life to get better. Get it. I get it. And your life can get better. And you don't need to know all the ins and outs of things. You don't need to know, like, oh, well, I'm going to do this. Only thing, I take that back. Only thing you need to make a decision that my life is going to get better. And that's what I did in 2018. I made a decision. You know, I knew that if I kept showing up the way I was showing up, looking for validation, seeking validation, wanting people to tell me, that I was enough, wanting people to tell me that I mattered, wanting people to tell me all these things, but I didn't feel like those things were true. So how does that work, right? Like you seeking people's validation. You want people to tell you these things. You matter, you enough, you pretty, you beautiful, you smart, you all these things. Okay. But you don't feel that way about yourself and you don't believe it. So even if they was to tell you it, that's why it's called self-esteem and not others people esteem. Because even if they was to tell you all those things that you have been seeking, hoping, lucking, praying for, you wouldn't believe it anyway. Because you know why you wouldn't believe it? Because you don't see yourself as that. Okay. In situations. So you said some people, a situation, some people don't understand the value of a person until they're blocked. And your blessings could be in a live chat. People just feel like they can continue their bad behavior in every. All right. So one of the things, okay, what really does it for me, you know what? Everything is really about your perception of things, right? So even in times where as though some people they may say some crazy stuff. Like I'll say a few things. I either say sir, okay, with a question mark, or I say ma'am or something. But what I know is that they love. I know the way they showing up is not the real them. I know the way they showing up is based upon the belief systems, based upon their upbringing, right? And I'm not saying I'm perfect, okay? But what you have to understand and get is this, that everybody is doing the best that they know how to do. Now, you may be like, well, how could you say that? You don't know what this person have done and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. Before somebody can give you poison, right, so to speak, and when I say poison, I'm saying, hey, good evening, sir. I think that's how you pronounce your name. And when I say poison, I'm talking about when before somebody can say that you ugly, that you know, whatever it is that they say. Oh, honey, I don't care about that. Certain things I just don't allow it to phase me. Like I know what I'm here for, and certain things like when people say certain things, like I just don't allow it to phase me. Sometimes I block people. It depends. You know, if I feel like is getting like a little carried away, I'll block a person, and it all depends on what mood I'm in. Okay, but for the most part, it's like, whatever. I don't care. One of the things that we have to understand is this, right? And some people may call them haters, but haters are your biggest motivators. Let me say it again. Haters are your biggest motivators. Okay. You see how the chat is going, right? And if somebody is on a chat and they making all these comments, guess what? That's gonna set the algorithm off, and then other people is gonna watch the video. That's how it works. So certain things, when I say certain things, I don't allow to phase me. And it all started with this book right here. One second. Oh shit. It all started with this book, The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements. Okay, take nothing personal. Nothing. Because it's not about you. You know, I remember when I used to go to the stores, right? And I remember, you know, I was working on myself, still working on myself, right? But I remember when I started becoming aware of certain things. And prime example, the store not too far from where I live. It was this older lady that whenever I would go in the store, she would act like this pretty much to, you know, anybody. Sometimes you take it personally, you like, oh, they only act that way towards me. No, they act that way towards themselves first, and then they act that way towards you. But I remember I went into the store, I was going to get something, it's like a Walgreens or something. At that time, yeah, you don't have to see it. Yeah, that's why I think even on the social on every platform, you could block somebody's comment. Um, but I was going to the before it was called Dwayne Reed's, now they call it Walgreens. And this older lady, when I would go inside there, I could at first I was taking it personal because I was like, what's wrong with her? Right? You start thinking like, oh, what's wrong with these people? You know, they don't even know me, right? Be in your feelings. And I remember I used to do this thing with though at first I was trying to be funny, like letting them know that I can see that they have an attitude. So what I would do was I ask this question. I'd be like, oh, how's your day going? Right. And what I came to realize was people, they have so much going on with them inside their heads that they believe that their lives are so much worse than it actually is, right? And so I was talking to the lady, and she was saying pretty much, oh yeah, you know, she had a dentist appointment and all this other stuff, like just complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint, right? And I was like, you know, your day is going to get better and stuff. And I'm always looking for the best in things, right? I'm always looking for how is this going to work to my benefit, or how is this going to work to in your benefit, right? Um like the other day somebody had sent me a message, my sister, And she was asking me about the Trump situation and about, like, the if the baby father, if your children's father is on child support, the father could claim the child and all this other. I don't get involved in all that stuff. I really don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Now, a few years ago, I cared, but I don't care. I don't care. My youngest children father, he claimed our children every year. Okay, just yesterday I was trying to claim them. He claimed them, and at first I was feeling some type of way, but I said I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because what he made from the child support, that's not, what he made from the income tax, that's not going to stop me. That is not what God has for you is bigger than any income tax. Let me say it again, because I don't think you guys understand this. What God has for you is bigger than any income tax check. Okay? And so that's what I started saying, saying to myself, Dina, okay, you have it where there's no cap on how much you earn. All right, by doing content creation. Who cares? So I told my sister, I sent her a text message, right? When she sent me that, she said, oh, do you know anything about that? Like, do you know if it's true? I said, I don't know. Because I really don't care. I don't care if it's true. I don't care if it's not. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It does not matter. And in life, you really have to start looking at your life and some of the things that you may have let bother you. When you start looking at the scheme of things, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I allowed this thing to bother me. Because it's all about attitude, I remember listening to Earl Nightingale on The Strangest Secret. And one of the things Earl Nightingale talked about was attitude. Everything is about attitude. If you walking around being a pessimist, okay, and saying, well, your life it just get worse and worse and worse. Guess what? It is going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay? Because what you speak, you become. If you keep on saying those things, and some of you guys, you say about your health and stuff like that, and I love you guys so much, but one of the things that you have to understand is this. If you keep on talking about your health in a way where is though you don't want that to continuously happen, guess what? It's going to keep on happening. It's going to get even worse. All right. And I know sometimes we want to tell people because we like, well, I want to let them know, that maybe they help me, or I want to let them know that, before I was a certain time, but don't keep talking about it, because what you keep talking about it, that's what grows, especially when you add the emotions to it. Oh my goodness. Honey, you're dead. Okay. When you add those emotions to it, you get upset. It brings you back to the past of where you done came from and all this other stuff. No, leave the past in the past. Okay, the past is the past. Only thing we have right now is now, the now moment. That's it. That's it. Not the past, not the future. Remember, the future, it does not exist. You create the future in this here and now moment. So leave the past in the past, okay? Now, I love Don Miguel, okay? He is Miguel Ruiz. Where I get Don Miguel from? Miguel Ruiz, okay? Honey, you see this? You see Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay. All right. I love him because his books are so good. He made the four agreements. Okay. And I had picked this book up and I just turned it to somewhere because I said, you know what? Sometimes I do that. Do you ever do that? Like, you just open a book and you just like wherever it may land, that's what I'm gonna read today, right? And so Mastery of Love, great book, okay, great book. I had once heard this person say she had purchased this book because she wanted to heal her and her mother's relationship. And so she read this book and she said this book had helped her heal her relationship with her mother. Okay. But it's a phenomenal book. You can't expect to get something from people who don't have it, right? Or operating like they don't have it or operating like they can't give it. All right. So, one of the things it says is this: if you go deeper, you start noticing that you are not the soul either. Then what you find out is incredible. You find out that what you are is a force. So some of you guys, you're so attached to your body, right? You're like, my body, whatever. You think you think you the soul too. Okay. Let's get into this. You find out that what you are is a force that makes it possible for your body to live, a force that makes it possible for your whole mind to dream. Without this force, your body would collapse on the floor. Without you, your whole dream just dissolves into nothing. What you really are is that force that is life. If you look into the eyes of someone near you, you will see the self awareness, the manifestation of life shining in his eyes. Life is not the body, it is not the mind, it is not the soul. It is a force. Through this force, a newborn baby becomes a child, a teenager, an adult. It reproduces and grows old. When life leaves the body decomposes and turns to dust. You are life passing through your body, passing through your mind, passing through your soul. Once you find that out, not with the logic, not with the intellect, but because you can feel that life, you find out that you are the force that makes the flowers open and close, that makes the hummingbirds fly from flower to flower. You find out that you are in every tree, you are in every animal, vegetable, and rock. You are that force that moves the wind and breathes through your body. The whole universe is a living being that is moved by that force. And that is what you are. You are life. Oh, child. Oh, honey, okay? You're walking around like the walking dead. Okay, you're walking around like some of you guys really believe the Walking Dead was it wasn't true. Okay, but some of you guys you're walking around like the Walking Dead. You walking around, head or down, depressed, and it's going experiencing depression and anxiety and stuff like that. It's nothing wrong with those things. Okay, hear me out. When we experience those things, I always say those are indicators, right? Check engine lights, so to speak. It is for you to start looking at your life and saying, why am I attracting this? Why do I feel this way? And don't stay. Because let me tell you something. The great thing about life is this: you can move at any given time. Dina, anytime I'm here to tell you, honey, you can move at any given time. Only thing you got to do is make a decision, make a choice. You ever been so down, so down, where as though you could do something to pick your attitude up, but you just, it's like you almost want to just stay there. You ever felt that way? You ever felt that way? Like, you You could listen to some music. You could probably listen to some personal development. You could listen to you could do something different, but it's like you just attached to suffering. It's almost as if you attached to suffering. I had met this guy when I was doing Uber, okay, a few years ago. Oh, shoot, probably about it was at the Uber and Lyft, okay, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, or probably longer. And so I had met the mentor and a mentee, okay. And the mentor was a older guy. I want to say like from India or something. And the other guy, he was from Nepal, and he was the mentee. And so I dropped the older guy off at his location. And then the mentee, oh my goodness, they was so cool. Really, really cool. Okay. Really. It's so funny because sometimes you like people can't relate to what I've been through, and people don't understand, what honey, let me tell you something. In this universe is oneness. Everything is connected. Now, you may not believe that. You may believe that you are by yourself out on a limb. Okay. But it's not true. Everything is connected. When I say everything, everything. And to feel like that people can't relate to you, you the only one that ever been through that, the only one that ever going through that. And that's all because of this whole notion of, what happened here stays here. You better not tell nobody what happened here. Yeah, so it makes you feel isolated. It makes you feel like you by yourself. It makes you feel like you alone. And so I met them, and I dropped the mentor off, and a mentee, he has a shop in New York. Okay. Oh, what part? Soho. I believe that's Soho. And what made them, we started talking because I used to wear a lot of bracelets. Okay. When I first got into, I don't want to say spirituality because, honey, I don't think that you can get into spirituality. I used to say that. But when I first started becoming aware and stuff, and I started, seeing a lot of people with the bracelets, and they would say the crystals and stuff, the amethyst, the tiger's eye, and all these different things. And so what I would do is this place I absolutely love it. It's in Montclair, New Jersey, to the Jersey folks out there. But they have it's called Rocky's Crystals. And every time I will go buy a bracelet from there and wear it anywhere, I always would get major compliments on the bracelets and stuff, right? These beautiful crystals. And so I had the tiger's eye. No, not the tiger's eye. The all-seeing eye. Okay, like the blue and black with the little eye thing. And they was talking amongst themselves, and then we started talking and stuff like that. And so I dropped the mentor off, then I'm dropping a mentee off. And me and the mentee, we started talking. And one of the things he said, we was going through the Holland Tunnel. Okay, some of you guys probably like the what? Right? Going through New York, honey. Going through the tunnel from New Jersey to New York. Okay, probably some of you guys still like you don't understand, but that's okay. All right. So we going through. We leave in one state to go into another state, and as we are going and we talking, we having like this beautiful conversation, and the mentee, he had said to me, he said humans are attached to suffering. He said it's almost as if they get something out of suffering. Okay. And it puts me in the mind of what Bashar. I don't know. Do some of you guys listen to Bashar? I love Bashar. Bashar Abraham Hicks, honey. That's my thing, like a chicken wing. Okay. And so one of the things Bashar says, he says the reason why we tend to do the things that we do, and we keep on doing them, and we say sometimes, oh well, I want better. he said, although you may be saying it, the reason why you keep doing the same exact thing is because you get some type of satisfaction out of it. Okay, you get something from doing the same exact thing, even though you may feel like, oh, you deserve better. It may even be causing you pain, but you still feel like, I mean, it may cause you suffering, but you feel like you get something out of it. And that's why you keep doing the same exact thing, right? Like a young lady who um who is dating a guy that's abusive, right? And all her friends and family is pretty much telling her the same thing. Like, why do you stay with him? Right. And she's like, maybe one day she go to her mother's home. Hold on, family. So she feels like, that she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. I went through that. I would get abused, but I love the guy. I thought, in my mind, I will rationalize with myself. He's gonna do better. He's not gonna hit you again. And this is what love looks like. So I would rationalize, tell myself, rationalize. I would just lie to myself, tell myself that he's gonna get better, that he didn't mean it. I'm the lucky I'm the luckiest person alive to be with him. And there he was abusing me. Okay. But no more than what I was doing to myself, because I was lying to myself. I was abusing myself. I was talking down on myself, you know? And so when I would go, I would tell my mother what was going on, and my sister, and they would say, why you don't just leave? You need to leave him. Okay. And I felt like if I was to leave, listen, okay, this is where I was, okay? This is where I was. We don't judge, okay? But I felt like if I was to leave him, that someone else would be so lucky to have him. You heard what I said? Did you, honey, did you hear what I just said? Okay. I felt, yeah, attached, girl. Yeah, I know what you mean. NW, okay? Okay, I know it's exactly. Yes, the strongest person is the one that walks away. Boundaries is a must. Okay, boundaries is a must. But yeah, I stayed. I would stay, and each time things got a little worse. And let me tell you how things tend to work. And you may not understand it at that particular time, right? You may put out and say, I want my life to get better than this, right? I know I can do better, but I don't know which route to take. I don't know, but I just want better. It's so funny because all the dudes, like, not in my 20s, because I had one dude who was, he was, whoo, child, okay. Oh, but his self-esteem was, low, insecure, just like mine. We attract what we are, not what we say we want. We attract exactly what we are. And so the guys, in my earlier days, I would date the guys that reminded me so much of my father. Okay. Now I know, what's his name? Sigmund Floyd. Sigmund Floyd. who says that we go after people that are like our mother, like basically you looking for your father in a man, right? And you looking for your mama in a woman. And I didn't know this. I didn't know this. And a lot of times we do this thing subconsciously. Somebody could bring it to the forefront and say, "You are just like your mama," and you'd be like, "No, I'm not. I'm nothing like her." And just like your mama, just like honey, do everything your mama do. All right. Well, maybe you don't do everything, but honey, you do enough of things to be just like your mama. Okay. All right. And so one of the things that I was doing, just lying to myself. And one of the things that I love about this book is this, okay, The Mastery of Love. It talks about, you can't expect people to tell you the truth when they are lying all the time. Okay. They lie, and it says in the book, you see it, they lie to themselves. And there you are, child. Child, there you are. Child, honey, you hear what I'm saying? There you are saying, I just want them to tell me the truth. How could someone tell you the truth if they are always lying to themselves, Dollface? Okay? And better yet, you be lying to you. And then you asking them to tell you the truth. How is that going to work? That is not going to work. So, got out of that relationship. Okay. The guy he wound up going to jail. Before he went to jail, me and my youngest son was living with him. Then we left. I don't even want to talk about that part. But something I'm here to tell you, out of chaos comes order. Let me say it again. Out of chaos comes order. You may be looking at that situation and saying, "Oh my goodness, it's over." You may have even counted yourself out. Why? Why are you counting yourself out when you should be counting yourself in? Oh, child, then to give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to them. Okay, give it. Okay. You out here counting yourself out, saying it's over for you. Honey, when it's just beginning. All right? Every adversity, I want you to hear this. Hear this. Like my aunt used to say. My aunt would say, she would tell me something. She'd say, "You heard what I said?" And I say, "Yeah, auntie." And she says, "Tell me what I said." And I repeat it. And she'd say, "I did not say that." She would say, "You get the cat by the tail." Okay. I did not say that, honey. I would throw my own thing in. Okay. The way I visualized, the way I understood it. Okay. And so, out of chaos comes order. Out of adversity comes beauty. Whatever it is, challenges, okay, comes growth. And there you are, ready to give up on life, throw in the towel, not understanding and getting, honey, your life is getting better. Sometimes, many times in life, you have to go through the storm in order to get to the rainbow, okay? Just something, We all experience pain, all of us, okay? Pain is inevitable, but suffering, my friend, is a choice, okay? Suffering is a choice because you get to choose. Do I want to stay this way? And you can change at any given time. It doesn't matter what time it is, okay? You can change at any given time. Any given time. Just make a decision. In the words of Jim Rohn, you are not a tree. When could you change? You can change right now. Make a decision. A declaration. You know what? I'm changing. Okay. And you ain't even got a clue. Well, how the heck I'm change? Honey, that ain't listen, I'm telling you, the way will be shown. Okay, because I remember in 2018, I kept saying, um, I want my life to change. I was so sick and tired. I was so sick and tired. Let me tell you. I just kept saying, I want my life to change. I want my life. I deserve better. Okay. Or I wasn't demonstrating better, but honey, I kept saying I deserve better. But it was the chaos that I had to experience in order for me to see that I deserve better. See, you got to be grateful for the chaos. Some of you guys, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going through this crap again. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for it. I am so, and I say this every time, I love my exes. I am so grateful for them. So, you know why I'm grateful for them? Oh, chill. Are you ready? Are you ready? You want to know why I'm grateful for them? They helped me discover me. They helped me see that I was showing up as a fraud. Girl, you better give it this morning, okay? They made me see that I was living a fraud. I was being a fraud, okay? Wanting them to love me, begging for love, keep repeating myself, wanting them to change, okay? Although, I wanting them to change, and I wasn't even changing. And that works. How does that work? Okay, here I am. You need to change. You need to change your ways. You X, Y, and Z. But honey, what about you? Okay, it's not about them. It's about you. Because let me tell you something, honey, honey, honey. The energy, the energy. Okay, the energy is good with me. Okay, listen. How is that going to work? You want them to change, and you remain the same. Are you okay? Okay. All right. You want them to change and then you remain the same. Is the you that you currently are that attracted them where they are. Okay. And so what they did for me, they helped me see you deserve so much better. Honey, I swear I could get up and say hallelujah. Okay. I swear I could get up and do a quick run. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to get me those. What are those things that you shake? Honey, I'm going to get me some of those. All right. Because we're about to have some church up in here. Although I don't go to church. Okay. But we're about to have some church up in here. All right. Okay. Because some of you guys, you ain't getting what I'm saying. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting it, Linda. And I'm going to need you to get it. If it wasn't for them, okay, I would have not started saying to myself, Dina, what are you doing? It can't be all of them. Okay. Now you done said is Brian, is Jose, is you done said is all of Dina. Now come on now, girl. Okay. Come on, child. It can't be all of them. Okay, what you doing? All right. And I had to start looking at myself and start, oh yeah, that is how I was showing up. I was showing up like that. And I was lying. I was lying to myself. And I didn't want to see the red flags. Why? Why didn't you want to see the red flags? Because I felt like that was the best that I could do. I didn't want to be by myself. And so I would discount the red flags. I would want to make the red flags orange. I want to make the red flags blue. I want to make it green. I want to change the color of the red flags. And people show you exactly who they are. They show you. Honey, let me tell you something. They show you. But you so desperate. Oh, so desperate. You so desperate to want in love, wanting to feel appreciated, wanting someone to tell you that you're special. And the love that you're looking for, honey, it is your own. The love that you are seeking, it is your own love. God, source, infinite intelligence, I don't care what you call it. You can't get wet from saying water. Knew that you was capable for this life. Knew that you had all the love within you. And so when you look back over your life and you say, well, my mama or my daddy, they just would not love me. Okay. Chances are that they wasn't demonstrating love to themselves, or they have not been taught what love is. And it's so funny because, even myself, we say love is unconditional, but we put conditions on love, you know? We put conditions on love. I do that, I be the first, okay, with my children, I notice myself. Awareness is key. Awareness is key. Don't you dare beat yourself up because you're aware. Okay, what you want to be left in the dark? You want to be in the dark? Okay. No, awareness is key. Don't beat yourself up and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did. No, when you aware, honey, you can change it. I noticed this, okay, with my youngest children. Child. Now, with my oldest children, everything had to be perfect. Everything. Okay, because that's where I was. Everything had to be perfect. My son, my oldest son, honey, I used to give this kid a haircut every week. He done told me so many times. This kid, my oldest son is 21. He done said it so many times. You would give me. He would bring this up even to today, and you would give me a haircut every week, every week. Every week. I wanted this. If it wasn't every week, it was every 2 weeks. But he was getting a cut. And even the teachers would say, dang, because he would be cutting up in school. And the teachers would say, why you acting like that? You come to school, you so nice and clean. Your mother give you you get a haircut. They thought he was going to the barber. Honey, I was his barber. Okay. All right. And I ain't know that the boys, okay, later on, turned into men. I ain't know that they didn't like the number one. Cause I would give him a number one haircut. Okay. And it was one guy when I had went to the barber shop for my youngest son. No, probably with my oldest son. And they was talking in there and they was like, oh my goodness, I used to hate when my mother would get me a number one or a number two because the haircut had to last. Okay, it had to last. And so I would give him a haircut. My oldest children, everything had to be perfect. Everything. There could have not been one hair at a line. Everything had to be perfect. And I was extremely hard on myself. They thought I was hard on them, but shoot, I was really hard on my darn self. People could only give you what they have. Okay? That's all they can give you is what they have. And so I was extremely hard on myself. So I was extremely hard on them. And with my two youngest children, woo, child, even this morning, okay, you should have seen me in here, okay, because my two youngest children, my youngest daughter Amani, she's 7, okay, she sometimes don't want me to do her hair, and I'm just like, girl, chill, okay. Sometimes she like, I just want to wear the fro, okay. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And then we gonna put some stuff in your fro. I don't want no stuff. I'm like, we gonna put some, you can't just wear the fro. They may think you a little boy. You just can't wear a fro like that. Okay. All right. And she's like, I don't want this stuff. You talking about the ego shall be tested. And then my youngest son, Javon, such a sweetheart. They both they such sweethearts. Okay, really really loving kids. Okay, really they gonna voice their opinion. All right, and it's so funny because when I was growing up, you better keep your opinion to yourself. Nobody asked you. Okay, what I say goes. And so my youngest son, Javon, this morning. I'm in here. They said last night they wanted bacon. Okay, this morning. So I made turkey bacon, and then I had made some thick cut beef bacon from Peter Luger's. Right, Peter Luger's is this restaurant in Brooklyn. Okay, never been there, but I had a coworker who is Italian, and he talked about Peter Luger's like they was going out of business. Okay, it's like an upscale fancy restaurant. And so when I go to the supermarket and I see that they have Peter Luger bacon, I normally get it. And so I said, all right, I'm gonna make them the bacon and gotta compromise. I said to them, I said, listen, you gotta get up in the morning. When I call you, if you don't get up, I'm not making it. Okay, you gotta get up. All right. So I called my youngest daughter Amani a few times, and she just was saying there for a minute. I said, you know what, I'm not making the breakfast. And then she wound up getting up. And so I'm in here, honey. I can't just make bacon. Okay, I'm making the pancakes too, blueberry pancakes. I'm looking for the thing. These pancakes, they are really good. One second. These pancakes right here, oh my goodness, absolutely love them. Okay, really, really good. So I'm making the pancakes, blueberry. That's my fave, blueberry. My youngest children, they like chocolate chip, honey. I'm a blueberries girl. Okay, so I'm making the pancakes. And I tells my youngest son, I'm like, go pick your hair out, because he got this thing. My oldest son got dreads, he want dreads. So he's like, I'm getting dreads and all this other stuff. So as many days, I'm telling the kid, I'm like, you gotta pick your hair out, okay? He'll start talking about something else. And then sometimes I forget what I just told him to pick his hair out. Okay. And then I said, you got to pick your hair out. Well, honey, went to school today, matted and padded. Okay. Didn't pick the hair out. Right. And so it's times, and this is what I noticed with myself. Okay. It's times where as though when, like, if I feel like they not like all put together, it's so crazy, this nap. They not all put together, right? It's times where as though I'd be like, all right, you guys could go to school. Like, you could walk, right? It's so crazy. And then I'm like, y'all could walk amongst yourself. Okay. And then I'm going, right? But let me tell you something, right? When you notice that, like I noticed that within myself. Okay. And then it's like, why do your children have to be all put together for you to walk with them? Right? Why is that? Right? And then you ask yourself these questions. Why do I do that? Okay? And then you start saying to yourself, well, because if they not put together, how would that make me look? Okay? You all put together, and then your children, they free spirits, right? They free spirit. They just flowing and going, right? And then I got to the point where as though I said, no, I'm a walk. I'm gonna walk with you guys. They don't know. Of course, they don't know. I'm not like, oh, listen, you got to be all put together, right? But it's something that I became aware of, you know? It's something that I became aware of. And this is also what I noticed is so many times where though me and my youngest children would be together, right? Going to the stores or whatever. And when I surrender, when I just let it go, and I'm like, you know what, I just don't care. I just don't care. It's so funny how the universe works. You know, it's almost like you have this energy, this welcoming energy, this attractive type of energy, you know? It puts me in a mind of one time I was on a train and my children, they wanted to bring their bikes on the train. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, you be all in your head. Where's the bikes gonna go? You know, the people is gonna be people on the train. You're all in your head. And when we was walking, I said, I just don't care. I just don't care. Right? I just don't care. And we get on the train and I'm very patient, calm this day. Okay, this day. Very patient, very calm. And I never forget, you know, is a lady that's sitting by us near us enough where as though I can see her. And she just glance and smile, you know? And so this is one of the things I'm saying to you. When you see you are a certain type of way, don't beat yourself up. A great book. Phenomenal read. One of my faves. Okay. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. Oh, I will forever mention that book because that book is a game changer. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I had somebody tell me one time, they said, because you know I was meditating and everything like that, and they felt like, you know, because I meditate that I'm not allowed to experience certain things in life. They felt like, you know, the rainbows and everything is just gonna all come out and I'm just gonna every day it's just gonna be like a magnificent glorious day. Now many days there is, but this is a such law called law of rhythm, whereas though things don't stay at an even still, they go up down, or like a roller coaster. Okay, but when you see you at a low, you can always bring yourself up to a high. Girl, bring it, please, Tina, bring it. Okay. All right. You can always bring yourself up to high. But this person, okay, ignorance, right? And we are all ignorant. Okay. But ignorance, they said to me, they said, oh, you go through that? And I start questioning because this is in the beginning. I start questioning myself. Oh, I'm spiritual, you know. I'm spiritual. I'm not supposed to experience depression, and I'm meditating and all this other stuff. And I'm not supposed to experience this stuff. It's not that you won't experience it. Okay, let's get this clear once and for all. You're going to experience certain things in life, okay? But it's when you experience those things, you have a choice. You're aware, you have a choice. Do I want to stay there or do I want to change it? Remember what I said earlier? We all have a choice whether, okay, whether we want to keep on staying in that state, staying in that low vibration, or do we want to elevate? Right? Do I want to stay there? And the choice is yours. If you want to stay there all day, every day, okay, the choice is yours. You remember that song by Nas? Okay, it's yours. The world is yours. Oh, child. Okay, the world is really yours. It's all according to what you want. Okay, you guys are funny. Okay, really funny. All right, now. With that being said, my son, he on his way to pick me up. I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourselves. And if you are looking for a great read, the two books I recommend, Mastery of Love Mastery of Love. Okay, by Don Miguel Ruiz. Such a phenomenal read. It talks about relationships, all types of relationships. Okay, from intimate relationships to your parents, all types of relationships. Phenomenal read. Phenomenal read. Okay. Now, if you're a person that take things personal, okay, because let me just read what it says in here. Can I read it? Can I read it? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to read it. Okay, if you want me to tell you what it says. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me read this real quick before my son comes. Okay. Second agreement. I love this. I just love this. Don't you dare take anything personal. Okay. Now I put that there. Okay. Sometimes you gotta paraphrase. The next three agreements are really born from the first agreement. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Using an early example, if I see you on the street and I say, hey, crazy. Honey, it doesn't say, hey, crazy, but I'm looking at the comment. Okay. All right. It says, oh, no. Okay. Okay. Listen, it doesn't say that. It says, oh, child. All right. It says, if I see you on the street and I say, hey, you are stupid without knowing you, it's not about you. It's about me. See, this person just told on themselves. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? They just told everybody. They just told everybody. We don't even know them. Okay. Andres, we don't know him or her. Okay. They just told all of us that they crazy. Okay. Um, Without knowing you, it's about you. It's not about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are stupid. Okay. Maybe you think to yourself, hmm, how does he know? Is he clairvoyant? Or can everybody see how stupid I am? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. Okay. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in a dream of hell. Ooh. When I first read this, I said, listen here, looky, cookie. Okay. All right. You out here taking things, and let me tell you, I gotta have it because let me tell you also what it says because you may be like, but my own grandmother, my own father, mother done told me things about. Listen to what it says. Listen to what it says. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you. You are trapped in the dream of hell. What causes you to be trapped is what we call personal importance. Okay. Personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. Honey, that ain't about you. That's a dumb. Okay? That's a dumb. Everything ain't about you. Boo. Okay? That's a dumb. Now, listen, during the period of our education or our domestication, we learn to take everything personally. We think we are responsible for everything. Me, always me. Nothing, and I do mean nothing. Okay. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. Or people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world okay, from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world. Even when a situation seems so personal. So to the ones that's out there that's like, you know what, she know me. Do she really? Do she really? Do she really know you? Because honey, I don't think she know you. I think what she's doing, she's projecting. Okay, she's talking about herself. Okay, even when a situation seems so personal, even if others insult you directly, it has nothing to do with you. What they say, what they do, and the opinions they give are according to the agreements they have in their own minds. Their point of view comes from all the programming they received during domestication, okay, during their childhood. If someone gives you an opinion and says, hey, you look so fat, don't you dare take it personal. That I had to put there in there. Okay. Because the truth is that this person is dealing with his or her own feelings, beliefs, and opinions. Okay. You know, it's so funny. I was listening to Kevin Tredone, okay, who was part of the Brotherhood. And I like listening to Kevin Tredone. But one of the things Kevin Tredone said was, he said, there's many opinions, not a whole lot of facts. Many opinions, not a whole lot of facts. Okay. You listening to opinions, honey, they're not even facts. What are they based upon? What are someone saying as what is it based upon, my love? Okay. What is it based upon? You'd be surprised. Okay. Now, with that being said, two great books. All right. The Mastery of Love, The Four Agreements. And Don Miguel Ruiz, he has other books as well. I don't know how many other, but he has, I mean, these two books are just exceptional. Okay, they phenomenal. They really, really good reads. Easy reads, okay, storytelling, really good. Absolutely love them. So if you are a person that's like, you know what, I want to stop taking things personally. Okay, I want to, yeah, I want to start, living the life that I was created and designed to live. Highly recommend. Start the Four Agreements and then Mastery of Love. Okay? Until next time, my loves. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.